faced so much as a country when we've needed to come together in the past, like after 9/11 or Pearl Harbor. But what about now when the division is so internal? We feel so divided, and we feel a lot of us like it's going to be very hard to come back together.
This is a fair question, and I will say in all candor, it concerns me a bit. That it's very important that we emphasize those things that unite us. And there are things like, a commitment to rule of law, one person, one vote, and just even down the line, empathy, compassion. All of these things can unite us, and in the past have united us, and I think will in the future. But there's concern about once it is clear who won and who lost the election, and again, patience, that may take a while to determine. But once that is determined, what's key is that the losing side eventually, and hopefully fairly quickly, will accept the verdict of the ballot box. There's been a lot of talk from the president, and I don't like saying this, but we have to say what is reality, not what we wish reality was. This president has talked openly. He's just sent one signal after another that if it isn't clear that he has won the election, or if it appears that he has lost the election, that he's going to challenge it. He's going to challenge it in every way he knows how. He said so. And frankly, I believe him. And by the way, this is something unprecedented in our history for a president to do this before a presidential election. But beyond that, it does raise some very serious worries and concerns about what the reaction will be, one side or the other that loses. However, in the end, and and people who listen and know me know that I'm an optimist by nature and by experience. And I trust Americans. And I do think while there may be some trouble in the wake of a decision in the presidential race, I think we'll begin to come together. But the major test of the next term of the presidency, whether it's Donald Trump or Joe Biden, the test of the president is going to be, can he be president of all Americans? Now, in his first term, in the present term, President Trump made a decision, again, there's no decision, no secret about it, to basically be the president of people who voted for him and people who support him. Going forward, we've got to have a presidency, whomever's in the White House, that speaks to the need to be president of all the people.
And if Donald Trump is defeated, do you think this Trumpism goes away? What happens to the GOP? Is it still run by Trump?
Well, when you ask about what's going to happen, I'll try to answer the question. But a reminder to that quote from Yoda. Yoda said, it's hard to tell when you're talking about the future. My guess would be that Trumpism will survive even if President Trump loses the election. At what strength and for how long, who can tell? But that would be my guess, that Trumpism does survive. The Republican Party, if Trump is to lose, and let me make it clear that I am not one of those who is absolutely convinced that he's going to lose, but if Trump should lose, the Republican Party will have to try to reform itself. Now, having said that, I think Trumpism will survive, even if Trump's presidency doesn't. That's going to make it very hard for the Republican Party to reform and retool itself. But I think they will. It may take a long time.